Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your average Joe and we're back on Friday Night SmackDown with the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber, and we know that Sasha Banks now will be heading to WrestleMania to take on Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. So Sasha Banks is heading out to ringside with a bit of a message for the WWE Universe. What a year she's had already, and she could be about to top it off on the grandest stage of them all. But let's see what Sasha Banks has got to say.
Man, it feels so damn good to be standing here on SmackDown as the winner of the Elimination Chamber match. That's right. The boss is back in the driver's seat, and that means one thing. At WrestleMania, I'm coming for the WWE Women's Championship. Now let's talk about that champion, shall we? Tiffany Stratton. Get your Barbie doll self out here because we need to have a little chat.
It's Tiffy time!
And well, the WWE Women's Champion has answered the call. Well, Boss Time wants to have a little word with Tiffany Stratton. Let's see what they've got to say to each other as Tiffany Stratton makes her way into the ring.
Sasha, do you ever stop talking? Like, seriously, we get it. You won the Elimination Chamber, big deal. But let's be real. We all know you don't belong in my spotlight. I have been the absolute center of attention since I cashed in my Money in the Bank contract. And unlike you, I didn't need to walk away and come back just to stay relevant.
I didn't realize we were doing a comedy special tonight. You really think you run this division? Let me remind you of something. You cashed in on Nia Jax. You barely scraped by Naomi. And at the Royal Rumble, Nia was seconds away from taking that title back. You are not the best, Tiffany. You're just the girl lucky enough to be standing at the top when I came back.
Lucky? Oh, honey, there's nothing lucky about me. I'm just that good. And if you think you're just gonna waltz into WrestleMania and take this title from me, you've got another thing coming. Because, Sasha, I don't just look better than you, I am better than you. And I'll prove it when I leave WrestleMania still the WWE Women's Champion.
Hold on a second. Well, what is Bayley doing out here? Bayley, the woman who actually was eliminated in the very first spot back at the Elimination Chamber, tapping out to Io Sky of all people. And Bayley is clearly not happy with the situation that's going on inside the ring. And I guess that she wants to have her say on the situation, but I mean, after her loss at the Elimination Chamber, I'm not sure if she has a leg to stand on, but let's see what Bayley has got to say as she makes her way into the ring.
Oh, look at this. Sasha Banks back in the title picture again. But the funny thing is, every time you get close to that gold, you somehow end up empty-handed. And now here you are acting like you're the hero coming to save the division. But what I see the same old Sasha Banks taking opportunities that she doesn't deserve.
And what exactly is your problem, Bayley? You mad that I made it to WrestleMania and you didn't?
Oh, you think this is about me? No, Sasha. This is about you not seeing the bigger picture. You come back, you act like you're doing all of us a favor, but all you're really doing is taking away from the people who actually earned it. You know what, Tiff? I actually agree with you. Sasha doesn't deserve this shot.
You're really standing there defending Tiffany Stratton? The same Tiffany who would step on your neck the second it benefited her?
I don't need to defend Tiffany. I just need to make sure you don't get that title ever.
Oh. And well, it looks like the woman who eliminated Bayley in the Elimination Chamber has got something to say as well. It is the genius of the Sky. Io Sky is here. Let's see what Io Sky has got to say.
Bailey, you talk too much, but do you remember what happened inside Elimination Chamber? Because I do. I remember you tap out. And now, you talk about who deserved title shot, who's important. Maybe you ask yourself, Bailey, are you even important anymore?
Oh, that's cute, Io. Real cute. You think one little moment inside the chamber changes everything. You think you're better than me now.
No, I don't think. I know.
You know what, Yo? Maybe you should be less worried about me and more worried about what comes next. Because if you think for 1 second that I'm just going to let you or Sasha get past me, you're in for a rude awakening.
Big talk. For someone who tap out.
You think just because you made me tap inside the chamber, that suddenly means you're better than me? Please, Io. That was one match, one night. You and I both know that when it comes down to it, I'm still the one who built Damage Control. I'm still the one who made you relevant here. You'd be nothing without me.
No, Bailey. I am better than you, and now you are nothing.
All right, you want to talk big, Io? Fine. How about you prove it? Me versus you. Tonight, let's see if you can make me tap out again when it actually matters.
Oh, I prove it. I make you tap again.
Ugh, you guys are so embarrassing. I don't care about your little damage control drama, your betrayal issues, or whatever sad friendship breakup this is. This is my show, my division, and my championship. None of you are on my level.
Oh, don't worry, Tiff, because soon enough, that title's gonna be right where it belongs, around the waist of the boss.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we get into the first matchup of the evening, we have Kofi Kingston, one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, in action. So a couple of weeks ago on Friday Night SmackDown, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods turned their back on a returning Big E. Big E still not medically cleared, I should say, for singles action or for action altogether. But Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods felt as though he had chosen to return just as they got to the top of the mountain once more. And I guess Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods felt as though they don't need Big E anymore. And the WWE Universe are showing Kofi Kingston exactly how they feel about his recent change of attitude. But Kofi Kingston doesn't seem too fazed by it, to be honest. And well, Kofi Kingston has one heck of a challenge as he's coming up against Jimmy Uso, a man that Kofi Kingston and the New Day know all too well. Had many battles over the years with the Usos. Probably some of the greatest rivalries in the tag team division that we've ever seen, to be honest, in WWE. But Jimmy Uso looking to propel himself up the card in singles action as well here tonight. Of course, Kofi Kingston is still one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, so he's not quite looking to propel himself up the card in terms of singles action. At least you would think so for now. But Jimmy Uso now right in the face of Kofi Kingston. I'm sure he's not going to be too pleased at that, but I don't think Jimmy Uso really cares. So here we go, Kofi Kingston coming up against Jimmy Uso. And Kofi Kingston out of the gates, getting the upper hand against Jimmy Uso, as this WWE crowd well and truly behind Jimmy here tonight. And I'm not surprised at that, to be honest, considering the actions of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. It's now Kofi Kingston off the springboard, connecting with that big drop kick on Jimmy Uso, and Jimmy Uso is struggling here. He hasn't been able to get out of the gates thus far. Now a big body splash as well by Kofi Kingston. And Kofi may be looking for it again. The same thing, but Jimmy Uso, a very experienced competitor. You can't do the same thing twice against someone like Jimmy Uso. As Kofi now sent into the corner. Big strike there by Jimmy. Now Jimmy Uso with a big kick to the knee. And a big chop as well, looking to drive Kofi back into the corner again. Jimmy Uso now with a bit of an opening, and this is exactly what he needed. As now Kofi Kingston sent to the outside. Was just about to say he's put on the top rope, but a big right hand drops him to the outside. And Jimmy Uso went for that super kick, but Kofi Kingston was able to avoid it. And then Jimmy Uso slammed face first into the apron there. Now Jimmy Uso with a big forearm to Kofi Kingston. And now heading back into the ring is Jimmy. And he's telling Kofi Kingston to make his way back into the ring, but Kofi taking his time here. Jimmy Uso though over the top rope, and he crashes and burns as Kofi Kingston with a smirk on his face, and he taunts away to the crowd. And now Kofi Kingston sends himself over the top rope, showing Jimmy Uso how it's done. Not to the pleasure of the WWE Universe though. The boos still ringing around the stadium as Kofi Kingston now takes Jimmy down to the concrete floor on the outside. A big kick to the spine as well. As now Kofi Kingston now slamming Jimmy Uso down on the outside. Jimmy Uso in big trouble. Kofi Kingston sending him back into the ring, perhaps thinking about ending this one here. Kofi Kingston quickly into the cover. Could he get the victory over Jimmy Uso perhaps? No, big kick out found by Jimmy. As now Kofi Kingston, what's he got planned here? Going to target the legs of Jimmy Uso. Just looking to wear Jimmy down. And Jimmy Uso, a former United States champion in this Universe Mode Series, as Trouble in Paradise connecting into the cover. He goes for a massive victory. No! Jimmy Uso, the former United States champion, able to kick out there. Jimmy Uso was the man to dethrone Logan Paul at the start of the series, and that rubbed Solo Sikoa up the wrong way, and that was part of why Solo Sikoa ended up starting his own bloodline. But now Jimmy Uso finding a big reversal, looking to build some momentum here into a big back body drop. And now Jimmy going for the pin, looking for a victory over one half of the tag team champions, but a big kick out found by Kofi. And now Jimmy Uso was looking for a spear. He didn't quite connect with all of it, but it looked like he connected with some of it. And now Jimmy heading to the top rope. I think we know what could be coming next. Oh, but Kofi Kingston wisely saw what was coming. But Jimmy now, he's caught him. Into the Samoan driver. Jimmy Uso looking for the victory. Going to drag Kofi Kingston away from the ropes here. Could he be about to get a massive win? Jimmy Uso for the victory. No, Kofi Kingston gets the shoulder up. Kofi Kingston, a former WWE champion. A big headbutt there by Jimmy. He looks to head to the top rope again. And Kofi Kingston again wisely to the outside, but he can't quite avoid that big fist. Almost a Superman punch off the top rope by Jimmy Uso there, as now Jimmy throws the ones up to the sky, asking the audience to acknowledge the tribal chief, which of course is Roman Reigns, and we will be hearing from him later on this evening. Roman Reigns, that is. But Kofi Kingston now continuing the onslaught as the referee continues to count these two out. Now Kofi, is he perhaps thinking about heading back into the ring? He's not, just slamming Jimmy Uso face first into the apron. But Jimmy now able to gain the advantage, maybe momentarily, heading back in towards the ring. Jimmy Uso has been caught by Kofi Kingston there, and a big kick to the face. And now Kofi Kingston crashes and burns himself as Jimmy Uso finds a way to just step on out of the way of it. That suicide dive. Kofi Kingston trying to utilize the same attacks too many times, it seems. Jimmy Uso is a wise competitor. He's going to learn from his mistakes here. As he was just raking on the face there of Kofi Kingston to the delight of the WWE Universe. And now Jimmy sending Kofi back into the ring. Jimmy Uso. What is he thinking about now? Jimmy heading up to the top rope. Could he be thinking about trying to put Kofi Kingston away here? Jimmy Uso into the Uso splash, but Kofi Kingston was able to avoid it. And it looked like Kofi may have been thinking about going for some kind of springboard there. And now a double foot stomp to the chest by Kofi Kingston. And Kofi off of the ropes. And the crowd didn't cheer on with the New Day chant there, but Jimmy was able to find another reversal. Exactly what he needed, and Samoan drop connecting. Well, who's going to be victorious here? Jimmy into the cover. Massive win for Jimmy Uso. No, big kick out found by Kofi Kingston. And Jimmy Uso just sizing up Kofi as he uses the ropes to get back to his feet. Big shoulder tackle there. And once again, Jimmy Uso acknowledging his tribal chief. And now, Jimmy Uso, what's he got planned? May have been looking for a DDT, but Kofi Kingston able to fight his way out of the clutches of Jimmy Uso. And Big Jim sent back into the ring. And Kofi Kingston now just focusing too much on the WWE Universe, heading up to the top rope. What is he thinking about here? Kofi Kingston missing out on a big splash. But he's able to stay in control of this one, and Trouble in Paradise connecting once again out of nowhere. Kofi Kingston, no! Jimmy Uso able to kick out. And Kofi Kingston cannot believe it. Well, usually Trouble in Paradise gets the job done, but Kofi Kingston into the crossbody, taking Jimmy Uso down. But 2 times here tonight, Trouble in Paradise wasn't able to get the job done for Kofi Kingston. The question is, can he remain in control, or can Jimmy Uso maybe turn this one around? A big clubbing blow to the top of the head by Kofi Kingston there. Remaining on the attack is Kofi. Targeting the arm now of Jimmy. And again with the other arm this time. Jimmy Uso in a little bit of trouble right here. As Kofi Kingston could be sizing up Jimmy Uso for the finale. Into Trouble in Paradise once more. That's surely got to be it. Jimmy Uso busted wide open. And Kofi Kingston with the victory. A massive win for Kofi Kingston here tonight. Hold on a second, that's Big E. What? Big E staring down Kofi Kingston? What on earth does that mean?
You ever wonder how we got here? I do. I think about it every single day. I think about money in the bank, or I think about him. Jey Uso, the man who I thought was my friend. I had Roman Reigns dead to rights. I was this close to finally finishing my story. And then, boom! You decided I was taking your spot, Jey. You decided that I wasn't meant to be the face of WWE, so you took me out at Extreme Rules. You put me on the shelf for months. Why? Because you thought you were owed something? You thought I was in your way? That I was some kind of obstacle in your grand little fairy tale? But you weren't the only one, were you? My own mentor, my hero, the man I grew up idolizing, Randy Orton. You were supposed to be different. You were supposed to be someone I could trust. But I guess that's on me, right? I should have known better. I should have remembered who you really are. For months, I laid in that hospital bed. Time stood still. I couldn't move, couldn't fight, couldn't get revenge. And in that stillness, I realized something. I can't trust anyone. Not Jey, not Randy, not Edge. Not a single soul in this business. Edge, Randy, you said I don't have any friends in this business. And maybe, just maybe you're right. But you know what happens when I snap. You've seen what I'm capable of when you push me too far. Randy, Randy, you made this personal. That wasn't just some opponent you took out. That wasn't just some random guy in the locker room. That was my brother, my blood. And you took him away from me. And now, I'm gonna take everything away from you. This isn't over, Randy. Not by a long shot. You wanna play the apex predator? You wanna be the legend killer again? That's fine. But what happens when the hunter becomes the hunted? You took my brother away from me. Now I'm going to take your legacy, your career, your very existence. You will regret the day you ever turned your back on me, Randy. And when I'm done with you, there won't be anything left for people to remember.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move into our main event of the evening, and we have Penta out here with another opportunity at the United States Championship. He will be taking on LA Knight here tonight once again. But Penta made it clear just last week on Friday Night SmackDown that he's going to earn his opportunity at the United States Championship again. But it seems like the Animal Batista, the general manager, is pleased to give Penta another opportunity here tonight. Penta made one small error in his matchup with LA Knight just a couple of weeks ago for the United States Championship. He delivered a Mexican destroyer on the outside of the ring, but he didn't send the champion LA Knight back into the ring immediately. And when LA Knight recovered, he made his way back into the ring, delivered the BFT, and successfully retained the championship. But Penta, I'm sure, has learned from his mistake. Let's see if he can get the victory here tonight. Here is the United States Champion, the man who only just survived a couple of weeks ago in their last encounter. He only just retained that championship that is around his waist. But LA Knight here tonight is looking to hopefully maybe put down Penta in convincing fashion and leave Penta in his rearview mirror. But we're going to have to wait and see whether that's possible, because Penta came ever so close just a couple of weeks ago from taking that title away from LA Knight. So who is going to walk out this evening as the United States Champion? We're about to find out. So here we go, Penta versus LA Knight for the United States Championship, as LA Knight just shoves Penta away to start this match off. And LA Knight looking to assert his dominance here. There's a big knee to the spine as well to Penta. And now LA Knight just showing a bit of disrespect here towards Penta, driving the knee into the back of the head of the luchador. But Penta does have zero fear, so he's going to keep on fighting. He's going to keep on coming at you for as long as he possibly can, as he's driven face first into that turnbuckle. And a swinging neck breaker there by LA Knight. Penta makes his way back to his feet, but Penta able to fight back here, finding a big forearm. And LA Knight just not allowing Penta to get anything going at the start of this one. And LA Knight now with Penta up and drives him down into the canvas. Well, Penta's struggling a little bit this evening. Sent off the ropes, but colliding with the United States champion. Now some quick strikes here, looking for a super kick, but LA Knight says no, and a wicked clothesline. Taking Penta down to the mat. Now LA Knight sending Penta off the ropes. What is LA Knight thinking here? Brings Penta up and slams him down to the mat, and into the cover he goes. LA Knight feels like he's done enough here to put Penta away. Just a 1 count found this time though. Penta really needs to try and get himself going through the gears, because LA Knight is building the momentum here. You don't want the United States champion to remain on top for too long. There's now Penta being brought back to his feet. And LA Knight looking to send Penta over the top rope, but Penta finds a reversal. A big right hand there by Penta. And then a big drop kick to follow as well. Takes LA Knight down to the floor. And what's Penta thinking about? LA Knight needs to be careful on the outside there, because you're not safe anywhere when it comes to Penta. Big right hand by Penta again. Able to get the first strike in. As Penta now heads to the outside. And a big forearm connecting to the side of the head. So you have to wonder, has Penta learnt from his mistakes? He said that he has, but he did also state that in the moment he felt the love from the WWE Universe, and he wanted to pretty much soak it all in and share the love. As, oh my word. Now Penta into the sacrifice on the outside. Well, Penta, you've got to focus on getting LA Knight back into the ring. Is he going to do so? Looks like he is, so he has learnt from his mistake. Penta, he is again trying to get the crowd behind him though. You need to remain focused on the man inside the ring. A big frog splash connecting, into the cover he goes. Penta, new United States champion, no. Big kick out found by LA Knight. A big drop kick now by Penta. Penta slowly finding his way here in this matchup, which doesn't bode well for the United States champion. And Penta could be sizing LA Knight up here. Well, Penta couldn't quite connect with the big boot to the midsection, and now a sling blade connecting, and then a drop kick to follow. Penta increasing the pace of this matchup. That's exactly what he needs to do, to be honest, if you ask me. Suits his style a lot more than it does LA Knight. A stomp to the ankle there. As Penta again targeting the lower leg of LA Knight here. And now LA Knight could be in more trouble here, as Penta, what on earth is he going for? Just looking to target the spine of the United States champion. And now LA Knight back to his feet. And Penta now looking to send him off the ropes, but LA Knight finds a reversal, and you're not quite safe if you're up there. LA Knight now, I think we know what he's going for. Sizing up Penta up to the top rope. LA Knight, the athleticism of the United States champion. Massive superplex connecting as LA Knight crawls into the cover. Could this be it? Penta to lose his second opportunity, but no. Massive kick out found by the luchador. As LA Knight now sizing up Penta, looking for the BFT connecting. And into the cover he goes. This could be it. LA Knight to retain the title, but no, Penta's still in it. Somehow, someway, Penta still able to hang in there. LA Knight trying to prove a point that he's still over with the fans here. But you can sense a little bit of frustration building within LA Knight. Does he have what it takes to keep Penta down? As now LA Knight looking for a big bulldog, but Penta finds a reversal. A big strike to the midsection. And Penta now, big forearm to follow as well. Penta just looking to drag LA Knight away from the ropes. What's he thinking about now? Well, Penta is looking for that kick to the midsection, perhaps thinking about the Penta driver. There's now LA Knight thinking about that bulldog once again, but another reversal by Penta. As Penta now. Oh, a big boot connecting by LA Knight. Looked like Penta was maybe getting too caught up in the moment once more, but he finds a reversal, much needed. And Penta now, could this be it? Penta driver connecting. New United States champion. Penta, no. Big kick out found by LA Knight as LA Knight heads to the outside. And Penta now seems to be lining up LA Knight. You're not safe there if you're the megastar. Over the top rope goes Penta, wiping out the United States champion. Well, LA Knight's in big trouble. His championship reign could be about to end here as Penta continues to build the momentum that he needs. Now Penta with LA Knight in his clutches, looking to send him back into the ring. Penta follows, big knee to the spine here. Penta could be closing in on his first championship win here in WWE. Now just targeting that spine once again of the United States champion is Penta. Now Penta off the ropes, and now Penta into a bit of a swanton bomb, a standing one. As he now heads to the apron here. And again, playing up to the crowd here is Penta, but he needs to remain focused on the WWE champion. He asks him to get to his feet, heads back into the ring here. Not sure what Penta was quite planning there, into a big neck breaker. And hold on a second. What on earth? What is Chad Gable doing here? What, is he here? That is his music, and of course his Titantrons. What is going on? Oh my god, Chad Gable with a steel chair to the face of Penta. As LA Knight looks to crawl into the cover and retain the championship. Arm draped across the body of Penta. Could this be it? No, Penta's able to power out on a 1 count. So Chad Gable's interference wasn't quite enough here. But LA Knight going to head up to the top rope. Penta is in quite some way here. LA Knight wants Penta back to his feet. And Penta back to his feet here. LA Knight decided against flying off of the top rope. And now LA Knight slamming Penta down to the canvas. Penta really struggling right now. Ever since that interference by Chad Gable, Penta has really started to struggle. LA Knight gaining control in this one. But Penta back to his feet. Just waiting for LA Knight to make the first move, and he catches LA Knight and sends him into the barricade. And Penta now. A side Russian leg sweep to LA Knight and trying to get the crowd behind him as he brings LA Knight back to his feet. Now looking to send the champion back into the ring. And now Penta looking for the victory. A new United States champion perhaps. Penta, could he do it? Oh my goodness, LA Knight has only just been able to kick out there. Well, this match is paying its toll on both superstars, but if Penta is victorious here, then he's done it against all the odds. But why on earth has Chad Gable decided to target Penta? Especially seeing as LA Knight was the man to take the championship away from him. And now Penta once again looking to line up LA Knight, and well, the referee getting in the way here. Well, I'm sure that's not going to bode well for Penta, and he's decided against the suicide dive perhaps. Had a couple of words with the referee there. The referee apologising, but I mean, this could be costing Penta here. The referee getting in the way of Penta as he lined up the suicide dive. Now LA Knight heading back into the ring here, and a big boot connecting. The referee really needs to get out of the way here this evening. Almost got wiped out there from that big boot by LA Knight. As now LA Knight again driving his knee into the back of the head of Penta. Penta now slowly trying to make his way back to his feet, but LA Knight here forcing him up, but Penta finds a few strikes, and oh my god, Could we be about to see it? Mexican Destroyer to the United States Champion. And this has got to be it. Penta into the cover near the ropes, but it's a big kick out found again by LA Knight. How on earth has he done that? I have no idea. Canadian Destroyer was not enough, and a big elbow to the face of Penta now into the cover. Could this be it to retain the championship? No, Penta is still in it. Well, neither one of these men is going to stay down. That is the impression that I'm getting here. Big swinging neck breaker. Both of these men really want that United States Championship. Of course, LA Knight, the current champion. But how long is that going to last? He looked for the BFT. Big reversal found by Penta. And now Penta, oh my God, he's going to do it. Penta driver connecting for a new United States champion. He's done it. Penta, against all the odds, is your new United States champion. A massive, massive victory for the Luchador as he holds the United States Championship above his head. Well, what a win that is for Penta. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we look to close out the show here tonight, we have the WWE Undisputed Champion Sami Zayn making his way down to the ring. And Sami Zayn won that championship back at the Elimination Chamber in controversial fashion. But we're going to see what Sami Zayn has got to say here tonight about that entire situation. Main event, Jey Uso did in fact grab the ropes at the end of that matchup, but the referee did not see it, so I guess you could argue that the referee's decision is final. But let's see what Sami Zayn has got to say.
Well, I bet none of you saw this coming, huh? And actually, that's not true. I saw this coming. I told you all, I gave and gave and gave and gave, and what did I get in return? Betrayal, exile, people telling me I wasn't good enough, that I didn't belong at the top of this industry. But look at me now. I did what nobody thought I could do. I walked into Elimination Chamber, I took on Jey Uso, and I won. The funny thing is, people want to talk about controversy that Jey grabbed the ropes. But guess what? The referee's decision is final. And the record books will say one thing: your new undisputed champion, Sami Zayn. So Jey, buddy, if you're watching at home, licking your wounds, let me make one thing perfectly clear. This isn't personal. This isn't about the bloodline. It's not about Roman Reigns, and it's not about family. This was about me, and I finally took what was mine.
And well, I guess it was only a matter of time, because here is the former WWE champion, main event Jey Uso. How is he gonna feel after pretty much being screwed over at the Elimination Chamber by a man who he thought was once his brother? And especially the way that Sami Zayn seems to be proud of himself and proud of that victory. But Jey Uso makes his way into the ring. I'm sure that he's going to have some words for Sami Zayn, but before he does that, I think he wants to yeet with the WWE Universe. So here he goes up to the top rope. Main event, Jey Uso cannot be happy with the fact that he's now lost that championship to both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in controversial fashion. Neither one of those victories was exactly a clean victory against Jey Uso. But as for right now, Jey Uso is focusing on this WWE crowd. Let's see what Jey Uso has got to say about this entire situation.
You really proud of that win, Sami? Like, you know I grabbed the rope. You know you didn't beat me fair, Use. But you standing here acting like you the man? Nah, dog, that ain't it.
Jey, I get it. It's hard to admit when you've been beaten. But maybe, just maybe, deep down, you know that your time at the top was never going to last. You spent months trying to prove that you were better than Roman, better than Solo, better than the Bloodline, only to drop this title in 4 weeks.
You think this is over? You think I'm just gonna let you walk around with my title like you really earned it? Run it back with me one-on-one next week. No controversy, no excuses, and then we'll see who the real champion is.
Do you want a rematch? Be careful what you wish for, Use. You might not like the answer.
Wait, what? No way. Oh my goodness. Is he here? Is it him? Oh my God. The final boss has arrived on Friday Night SmackDown, and that does not bode well for the two individuals inside the ring. Holy cow. The Rock is not happy, and he's here on Friday Night SmackDown staring a hole through main event Jey Uso as he makes his way into the ring.
Finally, The Rock has come back to SS SmackDown. Jay, look at you. Look at what you've become. You spent a whole damn year fighting your family, proving that you were better than Roman, better than the Bloodline, just to lose. The WWE Championship to Sami Zayn? Nah. The Rock don't like that. The Rock don't respect that. And The Rock damn sure don't believe that Jey Uso is worthy of leading this family anymore. The Rock does what The Rock wants. And what The Rock wants is to take back what belongs to this family. You've had your fun. You played your little tribal chief games. But it's over now. At WrestleMania, The Rock is taking that championship. If you smell what The Rock is cooking,